If you are confused over the news of GIC suing NIO, a China EV maker, watch on as I simplify everything so much that even if you are a Labubu with no brain cell, you will still understand. So, on 16 October, reports of GIC suing Chinese EV maker NIO led the headlines and thrust Singapore onto the world stage. On first read, it's simple. GIC is suing NIO because NIO allegedly misled them by showing that they earned a lot of money when they did not. Because of that, GIC invested in NIO and lost money. Well, it's indeed that simple, but what you might not know is that the alleged misleading information occurred in 2020, the revelation was made in 2022, and the lawsuit was actually filed in August this year. And also, the lawsuit is kind of paused now. I know it's confusing, so let me slowly explain. And as usual, I'm trying to explain using layperson's terms, so if you want to know the chimp version, you can check out the link in the description, which comprises the documents of the lawsuit, which I think you also catch on both. Now, for a start, what is GIC and what is NIO? In case you did not know, part of Singapore's budget via the NIRC comes from investing our national savings so the money can grow. This is very common for rich people too, because one of the best ways to earn more is to invest and let money make more money. In Singapore, we do this through MAS, GIC, and Temasek. MIS handles the very liquid short-term reserve. GIC invests our foreign reserve globally for the long term, and Temasek is a commercial investor that owns stakes in companies. Yeah, so you can think of GIC as someone who helps us invest our money to make more money lah. An example of someone who works in GIC is Ng Kok Song, the former presidential candidate who was the chief investment officer for GIC from 2007 to 2013. NIO is the easiest way to explain what NIO is that it's like BYD. But they also provide another interesting service. Over in China, they have built places whereby EVs can come in to swap batteries that are completely depleted with a fully charged batteries, so EV drivers will not need to wait hours for their EV batteries to be charged. Instead, the swapping process just takes minutes. NIO went public in 2018. Well, so between 2020 to 2022, GIC bought NIO stocks. So everything should go smoothly, right? Since EV is so hot nowadays. Well, no. If you are looking to advertise your business in this channel, we can help you. There are guaranteed views and many big brands have trusted us. Just click on the link in the description. You can see that NIO stocks went up since 2020. That was partially because NIO started their battery swap thingy. In 2020, NIO started the battery swapping thingy and reduced the prices of their cars. With that, their revenue surged and their shares surged as well. Well, goody, right? Not so. In 2022, a report claimed that NIO has inflated their revenue instead. You see, remember the battery swapping services? Let's say NIO sells you a car, then the battery is on the battery as a service subscription plan. Normally, the battery fees will be recorded month by month over many years. The allegation is that NIO did not wait for the money fees. Instead, it sold the battery hardware to a separate but related company called Weineng and recorded their sale immediately. After that, Weineng is the one renting the battery to drivers, collecting the money payments and bearing the long-term costs. This makes NIO's revenue look higher and its costs look lower. When the report surfaced, NIO denied the claim, and an independent committee with third-party legal and forensic firms also found no issue with that. Nevertheless, by then, their stock price have dropped. A group of investors then sued NIO for misleading them, and it became a class action lawsuit whereby every investor who is involved will be entitled to the claims should they win the case. This means GIC will also be entitled to the claims if NIO loses the class action lawsuit. The class action lawsuit is still ongoing. Now, if so, why does GIC also launch an independent lawsuit? And yes, this is why the judge has kind of paused GIC's lawsuit, pending outcome of the class action lawsuit. It's because if NIO loses, GIC will have won from the class action lawsuit and don't need to go for their own lawsuit. So why do GIC also launch its own lawsuit? There's no official reason, but according to the Straits Times, someone close to the case said it's for them to have more options, either to stay or opt out of the class action. It's for them to have all options available lah. Of course, that's just someone else's claim, but it makes sense lah. After all, if NIO wins the class action lawsuit, GIC can still pursue the case. What's next is unknown. You might want to subscribe to us to know more, should there be any update. In the meantime, while this doesn't affect you, there's a trend that might be affecting you. The AI homeless man prank in TikTok. That's actually dangerous. Watch this and you'll understand. Also, follow me on Instagram if you have not done so, as we publish exclusive short videos there. Link in description. And if you want to advertise with us, even as a standalone video, do contact us. Thank you for spending almost 4 minutes with me. I really appreciate it and hope you learned something.